Okay, one of the easiest ways for me to travel home, or to the apartment, is going through a park called Jiangbin Park. Jiang means, which my pronunciation is probably a little off anyway, but it means river. And I'm not sure, I can't remember what the bin stands for, but there's a statue right up here that it's of 8 women. And the history is pretty much that during World War II or World War I can't remember which, I think it was World War II, the Japanese were occupying this area and the Chinese army was through here, but they were outnumbered by the Chinese army was outnumbered by the Japanese, and so these 8 women decided to lead the Japanese army away from the main army. And the Japanese army chased them all the way to this area called Jiangbin Park, and when they got to the river, they couldn't go any further. They decided to commit suicide and jump in, and they are considered national heroes. So here is a big statue, a monument of them. Okay, and on the top side of the steps there is the river, which I'll show you that in a second. And this is, I go through the park here because it's kind of a shortcut, and it leads directly to the main road, which is called Taiping Road, and that's where all of the downtown area is. And it's a main artery, so it's easy for me to get around, especially since I don't really know my way around here very much. And I can go straight through this park and down what looks kind of like a boardwalk, and the gate to my apartment complex comes out right next to it, so it's helpful. Alright, so we're at the top of the steps here. Here's a big structure, or not structure, it's a big bush that's been, looks like a dove over some either wind or water. I can't tell which. And this place is open during the night time, and there's usually vendors, and they have rides and stuff out for the kids. And this place is just all lit up, and they have fireworks at nighttime. And it's a very lively place. Right now it's not many people here. There's a big apartment complex there. There's not that many people here, but at nighttime this place is, well, it's like Grand Central Station. So here's the edge where the river is, and apparently this is where the 8 women decided to commit suicide rather than being captured by the Japanese. And you know, a lot of people, they come here, and it's a tourist area. And this park is a pretty big park. So this is the river. There's a little island out there. More of the city over there. I was actually down close. Actually, I wasn't. I was actually the other way. So I'm still learning my way around the city. Now, if you see these buildings right up here, those are my apartments. And I'm somewhere in the middle of that. Actually, I'm in the middle row of buildings, so if you look to there's a row of buildings on the left, and then there's middle, and then there's right. I'm the one in the center, just a little further down. Alright, so like right here you'll see these are tarps, but they're actually covering like little rides for the kids. And one of these things is actually a big like inflatable swimming pool for the kids. which they won't have that out for much longer because it's getting cooler here, and probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks it's not going to be summer any longer, and it's going to be rather cold, or getting cold. Here's a map of the river and the park. I go running through here in the mornings sometimes, but I have to get up rather early because this place is very popular for morning exercise, and there are a lot of elderly people, or just a lot of people out doing exercise. You can see how it goes all the way down, pretty good ways. That's probably, I would say, probably about a good half a mile to, about a good half a mile or more, 3/4 of a mile to the end, and then it loops. I'll give you a look over the edge here. It loops to the left and goes through the actual park area, and then comes back up here to the to where I was just looking down on the river. So see the how it comes down into the park. There's like bike trails, running trails, or running ways, and you can see people doing kung fu here sometimes, or you see a bunch of old people dancing. I don't know what it is, but they just really like to dance. And kung fu is really popular. In the mornings you'll see people, elderly people or older people teaching young people kung fu. I've wanted to take part in that, but I'm a foreigner, so I don't think I'm welcome. Or at least that's what the Chinese, we call them CTs, the Chinese teachers at my school tell me, is that foreigners are not welcome to participate in the morning kung fu. So this is Jiangbin Park, and I'm walking this way towards my house. We'll relax a little bit, get a little bite to eat, and then maybe go back downtown, which is probably about 2 miles down the road there, and see what other interesting things I can find. So, until then.